Okay, so on day three, 4 to 6 in the evening, met a couple of my friends for lunch that I met on the plane on the way over. Three of them, Mel, Joe, and Jordan. And then we came for a quick drink down by the beach. Joe and Jordan have rented the mopeds. Jordan was like, "Get on the back of mine, it'll be fine." He's only been on the thing like 2 bloody days, and he's driving like a local already, zipping out, zipping in, and me going, "Ooh," which he thought was hilarious from the back of the moped. Um, had my first ever coconut, which was cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not normally a fan of coconut, so I've never had one, an actual coconut drink in an actual coconut before. My life has been forever changed. It was amazing. Season it with a bit of lime, as you do when you're having coconut straight from the source. So that was kind of cool. Went to a couple of beaches this morning. Took it was an absolute mission and a half to get a taxi. Absolute mission. First, well, they wouldn't take because it's like it's 2 hours away wherever we wanted to go, and then they wanted extra, and then because the Grab, which is basically like Uber, charged commission, they were like, "We'll cancel it on the app and just pay us direct, and then we'll get the money." So no, we're not going to do that because the app provides some level of security. Because what if we get there and you decide you want more, or whatever. So then his friend was going to take us, and then when it became obvious we weren't going to cancel it on the app, he had to use the actual car so that it would register, and it was like that. Anyway, we got there about like 10ish, which was 2 hours after we were supposed to get there. So I only had really an hour before I had to go to Canggu to meet my friends for lunch at 2 o'clock. This is basically the west side of the island, and it is very much westernized compared to where I've been staying in Ubud, Sidemen, places like that, where it's basically just people just living in shacks. And then driving up to Canggu today, saw McDonald's, saw KFC, there's a Mercure hotel, there's shopping centres with Zara and all sorts of stuff. So we found basically like the tourist spot of Bali, but for the other side, where you can chat to the locals, and everything's half the price than it is on the western side. The other thing I'll say about turn around and wander back, I need to get a taxi. I think I'm going to get a bike taxi to Denpasar and then try just to get out of the traffic, because it's going to be an absolute nightmare in a car at this time of day getting out. Since I've been here, is how quickly I've become like a massive cheapskate. An extra 50 grand, right, is basically if it's 50, you take the zero off and then halve it, and that's how much it is in pounds. So 50 grand would effectively be £2.50 in England, right? So it's amazing how quickly I'm like, £9 for 3-course meal. That what absolute rip-off. It's literally become that kind of level because everything becomes very relative very quickly. So when you get used to paying cheap for everything, it becomes sort of expected. Whereas back in England, it's perfectly reasonable to be paying 15-20 quid for a main meal. Do that in Bali, absolute no chance. £10 for a main meal is considered ridiculously expensive. So, you know what? You could save an absolute fortune just living here. You really could. I'm getting a bike to maybe halfway where I'm supposed to be going. And then once I get there, I'll kind of see how it goes. But there's a lot of them, a lot of bikes. So, with any luck, shouldn't be too long. Okay, so it is 6:45 at night. I just got off my first bike, Uber. I'm not going to be able to go on all the way there because it's about a 2-hour drive. The first one was maybe like 45 minutes, and I'm maybe third of the way there. So I've got off. I'm going to pop into this place where I had him drop me, get some Wi-Fi, and call another bike ride to another place somewhere further along, I think is the plan. So with any luck, they'll have Wi-Fi for me to get on my next bike. And so the adventure continues. In the shopping centre where I had the first bike drop me. Got the Wi-Fi, I'm waiting for the second bike. I'm watching the entertainment. Okay, so I got on the second bike for the second part of my journey. This time, got helmet. So, fun times. Okay, so it's now 8:45, and I've just been dropped off a little bit closer to where I'm going. That little market store. Got some ice cream. I tried to get something with caffeine in it that doesn't taste like coffee because I've got a banging headache, and the last time I had anything to drink was this morning. Any tea was this morning, so I think I'm going through some caffeine withdrawals. I need to quit. I mean, I did some internet research and apparently caffeine is not actually bad for you. But I feel like anything that gives you a headache if you don't take it, by nature, probably ain't great, you know? So, and it gave me a little bit of nausea, not gonna lie. So I've got caffeine withdrawals on the back of some moped bike with wind gushing at my head, which made things even worse. So I had to look down to try and mask the wind going into my eyes and stuff, which resulted in me basically staring at the pavement, watching the white lines whiz past, wondering to myself how nasty it would be if I came off this thing at 60 kilometers an hour, which is how fast it was going at the time. Because I've scanned some people that have been degloved coming off some bikes, and I'm telling you, it ain't pretty. Anyway, I'm most of the way back now. I'm just gonna see if I can grab another bike ride, and then I'll tot up when I get back exactly how much it cost me for the entire trip and how many miles I actually did. So, I mean, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's all fun and games. So I've just called another bike. It's taken me to Singapore, which isn't all the way there, because all the way there is still a 40-minute drive away. But it's taking me another 10-15 minutes drive over there. So it's 5 minutes away. And we'll see. I've had the ice cream, to be fair, made me feel a little bit better. So with any luck, I'll be very nearly where I'm supposed to be tonight. All fun and games. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. Little adventure. God knows how long it's going to take me to actually get there. Might end up having to walk the last bit of this way. So it's now 8:30 at night. Just got off my third bike, and I've just requested my final trip, because the guy before said, oh, it's 40 minutes, it's too far, and I thought, I'm not fucking around with paying him extra in cash. So I cancelled the booking and just got another one 20 minutes away to a closer location. Thought I'll get here, and then once I've got here, I'll book another bike the final 20 minutes. I've already checked, it's over a 2-hour walk, so that's probably not a good idea to walk. Anyway, the guy that I've just got the bike from, that I didn't, obviously I don't explain things to these people, to the drivers, so I just sort of got on a bike, he's dropped me off, got off the bike, I've said thank you, and then I've typed in the next location, and it's the same driver that's just dropped me off. I've just messaged him saying lol, but he hasn't, obviously hasn't said anything, so I don't know whether he's going to turn around and come get me and take me to the next location, or what he's going to do. But either way, the same bloody driver, the one I've just got off, has accepted the job for the next one. Whoops. Fair enough, though. Fair enough. Okay, so because I got dropped off another mark, thought I'd get myself another chocolate ice cream. Headache seems to be going, so that's a positive. Anyway, the negative is the driver that just dropped me off that I rematched with for the final part of my trip cancelled on me. But that's okay, because I've got another one coming for the final leg. Should be in about 10 minutes or so, I reckon. Happy days. So I've taken 3 cabs so far to get as close as I possibly can to where I'm staying tonight, where the cab drivers will actually take me because it's too far, not enough money, all this kind of jazz. Which is, to be fair, is fair enough. It's 8 o'clock at night and it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I managed to get to the north side of Semarapura. I think that's how you pronounce it. Semarapura, something like that. And it's now 9 o'clock. Nobody will accept my ride for the last stint, so I'm walking 8 kilometers, about two hours walk up into the mountains. It is what it is. I'll be back maybe 11 o'clock this evening, I reckon, if I put my leg muscles to good use. You know what? Got a lot of adventures where you don't know what life's gonna throw at you, don't you? Eh? So my dad's just rang me. I had to be like, can I call you back in a couple of hours? I don't want to tell him that I was stranded in Bali, 5 miles from where I'm supposed to be staying, and absolutely no way of getting back there other than using the 2 legs that God himself gave me. I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want to worry him, because, you know, finding out your daughter's been raped and murdered in a foreign island somewhere isn't the best start to anybody's week, is it really? But I'll get back, I'll get a cup of tea in a couple of hours' time, and I'll call my dad and we'll all have a laugh about it. Well, everybody will have a laugh about it. I'll laugh about it at a future point. It might not actually be the raping and the murdering that gets me killed tonight. It might be falling down some of the massive holes that are in the pavement. Literally, actual holes. I've just checked my bloody sat-nav, my phone, because I knew I had to walk straight up this road for half an hour. I thought, it's 10 minutes. I'll check, see how long it is. I've only been walking in the wrong bloody direction, haven't I? For fuck's sake. Good job I checked it now and not in half an hour's walk's time, innit? Jesus. Okay, so I'm nearly back in my accommodation. This is my friend. Say hi. Hi. This is the taxi driver that's taking me. But as you can see, it's raining a lot and I'm soaking wet. So we just got another 3 minutes and then we get back to the accommodation. But I'm not quite sure how long it's going to continue raining for. We shall see, and then I'll fill you in on everything that has happened in the last 45 minutes. I think that was lightning. I'm not sure, but either way, it's loud and it's heavy and we don't want to skid on the road. Although it was a cute little village. Keep seeing lightning go off in the sky. Want my cup of tea. I'm just ready for my cup of tea. I'm 3 minutes away from the accommodation. I can't go anywhere because the heavens have opened. And it is now 10 o'clock at night. And I left Canggu at 5:45. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Little adventure. Little adventure. Still need to bring my dad back.